Hello, Duncan here. Hello, everyone. So, in today's video, more whiskey, and it's wonderful, and it's something like the Talisker. It's a whiskey that I've never tasted. This one is the Jura. It's a 10-year-old, and this particular one is called the Jura Origin, and it's made to celebrate the rebuilding of society in on the Isle of Jura, and also the rebuilding of the distillery. I think it was in 1963, if I remember correctly. As you know, I always research the place, the distillery, and the whiskey before I do these videos, but I never look into what other people think that this particular one tastes. So just to say that, it's a 10-year-old whiskey. And this particular one, the Origin, has been solely matured in ex-bourbon cask for 10 years. Unfortunately, it is artificially colored, and unfortunately, it is also chill filtered. That doesn't mean that it couldn't be good anyway, but yeah, I always like when it's more natural color and natural filtered. It's 40% ABV. And it cost around 300 Danish crowns for 70 centiliters. So that's quite reasonably priced. Yeah. I'm really looking forward to tasting this and to looking into if it's smoked or not and what the bourbon cask does to the whiskey. When I don't think I've ever tasted, I might have, I just don't know it or don't remember it, whiskey that has only matured in an ex-bourbon cask. Usually I go for something else. I do like the ones that's been in sherry cask, and the ones that has been both in bourbon and sherry cask, and also when it's been in something else like the Merlot, the Irish whiskey I did that has been in the Merlot cask. So yeah, that's the Jura Origin. We are gonna check this out, and there's no sponsored content in this video. And as always, everything on this channel is just my opinion. If you think something else, then that's fine. We're using the beautiful Italian Luigi Bormioli glass. Yes. A nice little dram here, around 2 centiliters. Just close this up so I don't spill any of these beautiful drops. Mm. Mm. There's vanilla, honey, fruitiness, and a bit of oak. Well, there's also something else. And I can't really put my finger on what that is. But no smoke. There's no smoke. Some kind of saltiness, but not like salt water. Like sometimes there's a whiskey from the islands or Isla where you can kind of taste that it's been close to the beach with old wet sand and old wet wood and stuff like that. That's not the way that this is. But there is saltiness and some kind of sourness. Oh, I don't know, almost to the point where there's a little hint of that when you open a jar of pickled cucumbers, pickles, that smell that the liquid from those pickles, a little hint of that. Yeah, like some kind of salty, sour vinegar thing. but it's all the way in the back, so it's just a little hint of something else. But very interesting, and the fruitiness is there as well. I think pears. That's what I'm thinking. So, cheers. Eller skål. Wow, there's a lot of flavor, a lot of impact, and it's a little bit sharp. Wow, it's so different. Like the nose, not too much. Now comes the vanilla and honey in the finish, but the palate is more a little bit sharp, and oak and fruits, pears, definitely pears, and that weird thing, like, is it called brine? The water that's in the pickles, the jar when you open it. It's really good, and for that price, there's a bit of sharpness. Other than that, at the palate, but it quickly moves away and gives room for the flavors and the aromas and all the different tastes. That's what sharpness does for me. When it's too sharp, my palate can't analyze or sense the different aromas and flavors. And when the sharpness goes away, then it gives room for the flavors. When you eat spicy food and there's too much chili in it and you can't taste anything but the chili, that's what sharpness in whiskeys and other spirits does for me. So it kind of that's why I like it smooth and round, so everything is just, my mouth and eye and my brain are able to process the different flavors. And I can't do that when there's too much sharpness. Now the second nose is oakiness, pears, and that brine thing is actually, there's more of that now. It's not bad, like sometimes when you smell vinegar and that brine that's in jar pickles. It's too strong, but that's not what this is. This just makes an interesting edge to it, in my opinion. The second time around, there's a lot more wood and oakiness to it. Still those pears, and a little bit of dryness. It has warmth, has a little bit of kick to it, and also sharpness, but in my opinion, not too much. There's still room for the flavors to come out and to be able to be processed by my brain and my palate. And then at the end, there's a little bit of honey and vanilla. So for 300 Danish crowns, like 30 English pounds or 45 American dollars, something like that, it's a really, really good whiskey. So, wow. And it's different with that. Usually, for me anyway, I very rarely get pears. I smell or taste pears. So that for me is not new, but something that I'm not quite used to. And that brine thing, that pickled juice, I hope you know what I mean when I say that, because it's not meant as a negative thing, because it's not overwhelming, and it's just a little edge to the taste and to the nose. So I quite like this, and for the price, Of course, there's a lot of whiskeys out there that is a lot better, and it's also complex and has depth, and the explosion of flavors in your mouth is not too big, and maybe that's because it's a little bit young, maybe. Um, so maybe it lacks that, and the depth and complexity is there, but it's not a lot of it. So it's quite simple actually, but with those edges like the brine and pears, and yeah, really good whiskey. And if you take the price into consideration, I will be putting I'm putting this at 7. It's a 7 for me, especially when you think about the price, which is reasonably. I also think that this would be a really good first whiskey to buy. The Jura Origin 10-year-old. If you've never had whiskey, this is a good starter. So there you have it. 7 for me. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you don't like this video, give it a thumbs down. That's good too. Please comment. Any comments, questions, just thoughts, ideas, whatever you want to comment, just do it. I will respond to all of them. And subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. I will be moving on to other whiskeys these coming weeks. If you saw my picture on Instagram, you will know what kind of whiskey it is. So please go check that out. It's Duncan_, and give me a follow there. Also, if you like what you see there, so that would really mean a lot to me. But we're moving on to Lowlands and Campbelltown, which is 2 areas of Scotch whiskey that I don't think I've ever had whiskey from those 2 areas. Yeah, so that's gonna be good. Stay tuned to see more of those videos in the upcoming days. Yeah, thank you for watching. Bye.